Welcome back to video number 2 for this Friday. Of course, the royals have been out and about and busy, so let's jump in and cover what we have, shall we? Let's go. On November 26th at Kemble train station, Sir Tim Lawrence visited the, quote, Kemble Through the Ages exhibition. And on display, there's a 90-year-old time capsule in a tobacco tin. It has a postage stamp and a handwritten note, which was hidden between a wall and a window back in 1935. That is cool. Let's talk about Princess Beatrice next. Due to what's going on with her father, it's being reported that she has decided she's going to step up and support the King and the Prince of Wales when required. She recently went to the King's Foundation to visit Future Textiles exhibition in Chelsea. She was patron of the Royal Ballet School. She tried her hand at embroidery. The point is, she's helping out with things occasionally, like the garden party earlier this year. But she is still a married mother with a young child, another one on the way, so she can't commit to full time. But I like the fact that she's willing to step up and help the family when needed. All right, moving on. Moving on to King Charles, he met Mr. Kurosh, the High Commissioner of Cyprus to the United Kingdom. He met with SueSmithAKALongsally, the Botswana ambassador to the United Kingdom, and also Ahmed Makalea, I hope I'm saying that right, my goodness, the ambassador to Chad. These meetings took place at Buckingham Palace on November 26th. Moving on. All right, next up, we have the Royal Fine Arts Commission, I hope I said that right, and the Duke of Gloucester, who is their patron, was there because they received the Building Beauty Awards trophy for the Faith Museum in Bishop Auckland. Also on the 26th, Lord and Lady Frederick Windsor were seen in London attending a Christmas Carol concert. Looking good. All right, Mr. Hunky Dunk was out. Mr. Sexiest Bald Man of the Year was debuting his beard, and he was just seen on, again, November 26th at the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards to learn how they transitioned from ceremonial duties back to field army for Salisbury Plain. Now, of course, William donned full military gear and immersed himself back into his own military training. He got down on the ground. He was shooting rifles. He was interacting with drones. He was doing all kinds of really cool stuff. So Mr. Hunky Dunk there was with their specialist platoons because they were demonstrating live firing exercises and the drones, and they do that to enhance their capabilities. And I'm not going to lie, he'd be looking good. William has been the colonel-in-chief of the regiment since September of 2022. He inherited the title from Prince Charles, who had the position for 47 years. Other royal colonels include Prince Philip and Edward VIII, while he was the Prince of Wales. Now, William did arrive via helicopter to take a look at everything that they were doing. As you just saw, William got down on the ground and he was trying to hit a steel body target 500 meters away. When he got around to doing the drones, according to the drone operator, the one that William was testing around was about 7,000 pounds each. Wow. And they represent significant technological advances for the regiment. They said, drones have been a thing for years, but now they're utilizing them as an asset on the ground, and it's proven very successful in current operations. I bet. For those of you who may not know it, this is the battalion that led the funeral of Queen Elizabeth in 2022, the coronation of King Charles and Queen Camilla, and Charles's first trooping the color as monarch in 2023. So, yeah. Now, in addition to their ceremonial duties, the Welsh Guards have been deployed on overseas operations in the Falkland Islands, the South Atlantic, and Oman. This had to have been old hat for William because remember, he completed his training at Sandhurst and was commissioned as a British Army officer in December of 2006 and would have been carrying out drills like today's and how to handle the weapons from past training. Let's move on now to Princess Catherine. She is going to return to royal duties now, starting next week following the cancer treatment. We know that there's a state visit coming Oh my God, okay, I'm going to try. They're having the state visit for Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, and this is going to take place at Buckingham Palace. He is the Emir of Qatar. The problem is, while Princess of Wales, Catherine, will make a joint appearance alongside Prince William to welcome him, they do that, then they ride the carriages in. She will not be at the evening celebrations, so we will not be getting a tiara moment. That makes me sad. But you know what? I'm glad she is starting to make that gradual return to carry out the engagements on behalf of the royal family that we heard she was going to be doing. That's what's going on. But what we have heard is that this is going to be a very special Christmas for Catherine and Charles, since they both went through cancer. We've heard what William said. This was the hardest year of my life. It's been very brutal. So Christmas is coming. Everybody's happy about it. And of course, we know about the Christmas Carol concert at Westminster Abbey is going forward. Everybody's looking forward to that. But I do think that a very deep bond between the King and the Princess of Wales, it was obvious that they had a deep bond anyway. But I think the fact that they were, taking care of cancer together probably strengthened it. Don't forget what Charles said. He would walk over in his hospital gown to Catherine's room to visit her. I mean, how, just wonderful is that? Let's move on to fabulous secret weapon Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, who was with a Yazidi woman. She was held captive by ISIS, and she met her because she was at a photography exhibition. And this took place at the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, set up by Fairview Global. I hope I said that right. A not-for-profit set up in support of genocide survivors and victims of conflict and religious persecution. So she went and saw this art called The Women Who Beat ISIS. It was a special showing, took place on November 27th. And of course, Sophie, don't forget, this is part of her work championing survivors conflict-related sexual violence. The key themes that were addressed at this event included the ongoing impact of the Yazidi genocide and gender-based violence in conflict. Of course, Sophie gave a speech. We all know she's a passionate women's rights advocate, and she was also photographed in deep conversation with this young woman. I just think that's terrible. In 2014, she was invaded, and more than 1,000 young women were sold into slavery. A big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us what she was wearing at that event. Let's move on. Next up, we have Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, who visited the Ambassador Theatre in Woking. This happened on November 26th, and this is supposed to be celebrating, and I'm quoting, the Vibrant Art, Culture, and Community Initiative. It was hosted by venue director John Jackson Almond, and this visit was to highlight the importance of the Ambassador as a key hub for art and community engagement, along with local organizations. All right, there was a lot going on. The pictures may not be in order. Just stick with me. First, there was a discussion in the Ambassador Lounge where representatives from local charities and organizations shared highlights into their work. There was a stop at the technical desk, which gave a behind-the-scenes glimpse of sound and lighting operations. Now, they were also at the Community Hub Theatre, where students, which is from one of the UK's oldest theatre arts training schools, showcased their talents through musical theatre, dance, and acting. And then, of course, Edward went up on stage to join in discussions about their experiences and aspirations. Edward also met participants from the Hallow Project, which is a charity empowering young adults with learning disabilities and autism to lead purposeful lives. Now, also, he went to a piano bar where he met Neil Marcus, who is the project co-director, and he enjoyed live performances of 3 brand new songs. And look, the whole trip was absolutely fabulous. Looks like he had a great time and a lot got done. Good for him. I always love to see him. You guys know what to do. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications. Then go down into the description box after you've left your comment. where you'll find the link to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, which is currently paused, my Amazon wish list, and a physical address. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.